invite you to join this live. Okay, I think we're
Alright.
live already.
Anytime, you're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. Good morning, everyone. We have one viewer. So, all right. Good morning, Philippines. Or actually, good evening. Good evening, Philippines. So here am I again, your teacher Annie, and we have our invited guest, Crumbs, and he is one of the teachers from EPI. Or maybe it's better, Crumbs, you introduce yourself.
Opo. Hey, Ann. Hey, magandang gabi, Philippines. Wow, ang
Oh,
saya.
I can't hear you.
Oh, they can't hear me? Hold on.
Hello.
Yes, Ann. Can you hear me?
Okay. All right. I can hear you now. All
All
right.
right. Okay. So, yeah. Hey, good evening po. Ayan, good evening, good evening. Good evening, Ann. Good evening, Philippines. Oh. Thank you, Ann, for inviting me to your channel here. Yes, my name is Cromwell Alcantara. I am from Mindanao, sa atin po sa Pilipinas, and I am currently teaching here in South Carolina at Summit Parkway Middle School. So same po kami ni Ann ng tinuturuan, pareho po kaming 7th grade ELA middle school teachers.
Oh,
So
seventh grade.
ayun,
Yes. God
7th
bless.
grade.
God bless
So
us, those seventh grader teachers.
iyan yung parating sinasabi nila, Ann, yep.
Yeah, that's correct. So yes, so again, thank you, Crumbs, for allowing us to join me here in my live streaming, and for us to help the teachers as well, aspiring teachers to go here in the U.S. So we have Susanna, we have Miss N.M. Raj, Pricel, Archicans. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce yung mga pangalan niyo po. I'm really, really sorry. But thank you so much for coming. We have 11 viewers right now.
Wow.
Yes, 16 currently. And like I said, Crumbs is from EPI. So maybe if you have any question, you can type it on our screen so that I can read the questions to Crumbs. And
Mhm.
we for this live we will have 1 hour only because it's a weekend and I know Crumbs has something to do as well and I have something to do as well. So hopefully we will be very productive with this 1 hour live. And yes, for those who just log in, you may write your name as well, and so that we can shout out and we can call on you for visiting my channel right now. And we also have Alfie. Good evening, Philippines, and good morning, US. Yes, it's
Ayun.
Alfie is from California as well, and it's 6:30 a.m. our time.
Oh,
D,
wow.
good evening po. Yes, so like I said, guys, we only have 1 hour, so we want to be very productive. If you have any question, you might type it in your chat box. And hopefully, this time, yung Facebook ko hindi na ma-block. So we're going to filter some of the questions, especially that talks about money matters. Yeah, so but then we will really try to help you with your questions. And we have one question. Let's see. Uh, I will try. Okay, one sec. So the question from Miss Jimena is ECE and EPI in demand?
ECE is early childhood po ano?
Yeah, I think ECE is early
Opo.
childhood.
Early childhood. Usually naman po si EPI, they welcome all teachers on I mean different major or what do you call that? Ano yung tawag niya?
Special.
Specialization. Opo. So, pero ang pinakaano po nila SPED, usually yun po and science. Pero depende po kasi sa school district. Malawak naman po yung sakop po ni EPI. Actually, they're catering for states, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, and Virginia. So kung ano po yung need ng mga school districts, yun po yung pino-provide nila regardless po kung ano po yung specialization. So, opo, alam ko po meron pong mga napi-place po na mga early childhood teachers din sa EPI.
Okay, so technically EPI, they are allowed, or they are covering all specialization, but it still
Mhm.
depends kung ano yung opening ng school district.
Opo, that's correct, Anne.
Yeah, kasi I mean they can hire you as a teacher.
Mhm.
However, what if there's no opening at the district? So wala din po.
Right.
Yes. And Carmela, good day sa inyo, watching from Saudi Arabia. Hello, people from Saudi
Hello.
Arabia. Yes. And we have another question from DDEX. Open din po ba sila to hire social studies teachers?
Um, I was at Long Middle School. I mean, I worked at Long Middle School during my first year of teaching, and yung kasabayan ko po, she's a social studies teacher,
Wow.
but she's not from the Philippines. She's from Jamaica. I haven't encountered, or I don't know somebody from the Philippines who's teaching social studies who was hired to teach here in the US
Mm-hmm.
using, I mean, through EPI. But I'm pretty sure na kung kumpleto naman po, or inline po yung specialization mo, I mean, mas maganda pag meron po kayong master's degree and na magba-back up po, parang yung credentials mo is good enough, just to show them that you can teach social studies that are aligned with their standards here. So, opo, they hire po.
And I believe dito sa Arizona, if you wanted to teach social studies, or even you are not social studies teacher, since we do not have the U.S. Constitution in our transcript of records in the for example, if you will be teaching in South Carolina, then maybe you need to take the socials
Mhm.
South Carolina Constitution as well.
Yeah, and opo, 'yan po yung mga parang hinahanap nila na mga,
Mhm.
opo, additional or additional, ano bang tawag, requirements po sa mga social studies teachers,
That's
yeah.
right. Especially on my first year here, I had deficiency on my standard on my teaching certificate. I
Mhm.
took the U.S. Constitution and the Arizona Constitution. So it's either you're going to take the test, or you're going to enroll yourself and do make a research about the subjects. All right, we have another question from Sir Archikens. I am in elementary education, like elementary general subjects. Malabo bang ma-hire kasi mostly sped at my majors yung kadalasan?
That is a very good question po. And to tell you honestly, ngayon po, I have roommates. They are elementary teachers. So they're also under EPI. I have a lot of friends here in South Carolina. They're teaching elementary general, like po yung sinasabi mo, general subjects. Hindi po malabo kasi marami na pong nahahire na elementary teachers, and especially po dito sa South Carolina. Ang dami-dami pong kailangang elementary teachers, and for sure if you'll try po, who knows, baka po isa na kayo dun ma-hire for next year.
Yeah. Actually, here in the U.S., yes, you if you are an elementary graduate, yes, you can teach in any state. It's just
Mhm.
that, of course, still you need to pass the requirements of at least 2 years of experience.
Yeah, yeah. The
So it's not only in South Carolina, but it's in all over the state.
mhm,
Kahit saan yung gustong magtrabaho, but then EPI is EPI, the agency, and at the same time the visa sponsor, they are catering Eastern states, right?
that's correct.
Okay. Yeah, so Eastern states. So Sir Archie, yes, you can literally hire. Pwedeng po, as long as they have openings. All right. So let's have another question from Miss Mercy. How long does it take an EPI applicant has to wait to be hired?
Hey, Ma'am Mercy, and puwede ba akong parang maalaala mo kaya dito, like,
Sure, sure,
oh,
sure.
sige, ayan. Kasi it was,
We have 40
2014.
viewers right now, just to
Oh,
tell you.
wow. Yeah, it was 2014 when I started my application, just right after I'm finishing my master's degree. And during that time, my former principal, I asked him about, because he was here already teaching math, but he's hired in North Carolina. So during that time po, I asked him if VIF, which is the Visiting International Fellows, um, is still hiring teachers to sponsoring teachers, but he said that I think it would be best or be better if you choose or you try this link, and that's the EPI, Educational Partners International. During that time, parang I weren't qualified because I don't have driver's license. So it took me 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 5 years to wait kasi ang sabi doon eh, 5 years driving experience. But,
What?
opo, 5 years driving experience during that time. Kaya I waited for that long. So medyo sinimulan ko na yung PhD ko, nagturo pa rin ako, then senior high school, ganun. But yung mga kasamahan ko po ngayon, kasi matagal na yun sa akin, yung mga nandito na po ngayon na usually ang process 1 year, meron ding mga nakapasok dito like mga less than a year tapos na po, or 8 months, mga gano'n. Tapos
Oh,
na nila yung
so
application.
they're looking for a teacher that has driver's license na
They
talaga.
do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, because it's very, very difficult if you don't know how to drive here in the US. Wala pong tricycle dito, wala pong tricycad, ano pong tawag dito. So yes, walang lakarang tinatawag dito.
Mhm.
May mga bus, but then it's very difficult kasi
Yeah.
hahabulin yung schedule nila.
So,
Yeah,
and to answer the question, how long does it take? Mabilis na lang po, and depende po kung gaano rin po kayo kabilis mag-comply sa mga requirements na hinihingi po ni EPI.
that's right. It depends on how fast and how efficient and proficient
Mhm.
you are in your submission. Yeah. So good luck, Miss Mercy. And another question from Sir Dex. How about pag unit earner, 18 units per licensed teacher naman? I think I can answer this question. This varies this varies po sa every states. They have different rules and regulations. I have a friend. She's a friend of mine po. She's a licensed teacher. Hindi po siya um, um, actually, computer graduate po siya. But then she is licensed. She has her PRC license. So yes, she is here right now, 4 years teaching. However, there are cases po if you are, but then she finished her master's degree. So she was not able to take any test already. However, I have another friend. She is a nursing graduate with 18 units as well, but she was not able to finish her master's degree. So there are subjects that the district required her to get in order for her to continue her teaching here and in order for her to get her standard teaching certificate. Do you want to add more, Sir Croms?
I Yeah, the same answer po. And but yeah, I also have a co-teacher who's working at Summit Parkway. He's an
Mm-hmm.
English teacher. I mean, no, a science teacher. Pero ang kanya pong what do you call that, bachelor's degree, he graduated I think it's biology. It is
Mm-hmm.
just like he took UNIS education, and then he passed the licensure examination for teachers. And yeah, he has taught, I mean, he had taught in the Philippines for quite a year, and ayun po, and now he's hired.
1 year?
So um hindi po, 1 year po siyang hindi nakapagturo pala kasi nag-earn ng unit.
Okay.
Tapos yeah, for how many years na rin siya nagturo sa Philippines. Opo, may background na siya po in sa
Yeah.
ano.
So yeah, Surdex, yes, you have a chance to be hired, but then it's better if you have your master's degree, especially if you're not if you are not an education graduate. So mas may edge pong mas mabuting matapos mo yung master's degree. Okay, so from Max, is it possible to work even if I don't have PRC license, instead a Thai license?
Um,
I'm
that a
not
good
very
question.
familiar with this, but I
Right.
have a friend. He graduated in LaSalle University, and right after that, he taught in Saudi Arabia, but he has his license from the Philippines. So I
Oh,
would rather suggest, Sir Max, to if you can, if there's a chance for you to get your Philippines license, your PRC in the Philippines. Yeah, kasi I never pa ako naka-encounter that they're from the Philippines and then they were here already for that they only have Thailand license. But who knows? Maybe you
Mhm.
can ask some agencies.
Right.
You can ask API or they can ask my agency as well, Baposhay Sir Max.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We have another one from Sir Archie again. Sa API po ako nag-apply and nagko-comply na lang ako sa documents needed. After that, ay i-endorse na ba nila ako sa mga schools?
Opo. And can I share my screen here?
Sure.
Because I actually have my what do you call that, online portfolio in the with EPI. So let me
Your
just
portal.
show you what I have here. So I don't know if I'm
Yeah, let me
sharing
see.
already. Yeah, there you go. So, if you take a look at my profile here, so this is I know you also have this, Sir Archie. So, basically, you need to have, eto po yung mga kailangan. So, if eto po yung professional personal profile where you have to fill up all those personal information EPI is asking you, and then your professional profile like your TOR, diploma, and work experience. Then after po niyan, meron pong isang interview. So ilang interview na po ba kayo kay EPI, sir? And after that, they will opening another window or tab for you, which is they'll be determining your eligibility. So, ayun po, 'pag nakita niyo pong na-crash out na po itong terms and condition, family profile, documentation, professional references, and non-immigrant profile, then that will be the time that they will be interviewing you for the second time. And then yeah, it'll also be the time that you'll be recording a professional video introducing yourself. And pag tapos na po kayo doon, they'll tell you to do these things. Meron po kayong teacher's qualifications interview. And then pag natapos nyo na po yun, eto na po yung tinatawag na final or approved stage. And sa time po na yan, dyan na po kayo i-endorse ni EPI sa mga schools.
Okay, there you go. Thank you so much, Sir Crumbs, for sharing your dashboard. So it
Opo.
seems that with EPI, you can see where you are at.
Yes,
Makikita mo if what are the things that you still need to do, what are the things that you still need to comply because you every time you're done, they marked it completed, I believe.
that's correct.
Right? Okay, yeah. All right. So I hope we answer your questions, Sir Archie. And we have 60 viewers right now. I hope while you are watching, you can subscribe and like this video. Thank you so much, Sir Archie, for sharing that very, very um personal dashboard of yours. Okay, so from Sir J, mas malaki ba ang chance ma-hired pag nakatapos ng master's degree? Well, not technically. It's
Mhm.
just that you have an edge if you have your master's degree when it comes to your salary grade. But
Right.
then, of course, there are school just like in the Philippines. If you have your master's degree, tataas yung score or parang tataas yung level ng school. So they would rather hire the master's degree with the master's degree than the bachelor's one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's correct.
so Dex, thank you po ma'am. Currently finishing po my master's, waiting na lang po sa thesis ko. Good luck sa iyo,
Mm.
Sir Dex. Yes, so see you here in the US. And from Miss Breisel, I am taking SPED at present, graduate of BS and MAD and I think this is related education and values ed EPI said that I can apply with SPED. How many units will they require to qualify? I'm also teaching senior high students. Oh, there's a lot of qualification.
I'm taking SPED at present. Okay po. Eto po kasi kung si Ma'am Ann po nag-meet kami because I need participants for my dissertation, and I just interviewed one of my participants, but he was from New Mexico, and he's an elementary teacher there in the Philippines. He's been teaching for 4 years, I guess, before prior to coming here. Meron po siyang 24 units, and then he qualified for to teach. here in the US with 24 units of yeah, special education. Pero in EPI po, that I'm not so sure. So,
Yeah,
yun po.
that's right. As long if but then you are graduate of bachelor's in values ed. So the reason, I believe, the way I understand it, the reason why EPI ask you or will hire you or will is giving you a an advice to apply as a SPED, because we don't they don't have values ed teacher here,
Right.
right? So that's why they would rather have you on the path of applying as a SPED teacher. So if I were you, Pricel, you need to finish your SPED, because you did not finish your you are not a bachelor's in, you don't have your bachelor's in SPED. You have your values ed. So they would like you to be on the SPED track. So I would rather suggest that you're going to finish your master's. Okay. All right. So we have another question. Risa Joy, like, how much po ba ang salary dyan sa US starting teacher and credit po ba ang master's degree? Yes, master's degree, it's of course it's a big edge for you. And then salary, I believe there are states that they would range or they will start from 35 grand a year. I just don't know with the eastern part.
Dito po kapagka, like how much mga po salary as starting teacher and na-credit po bang master's degree? If maki-credit po yung master's degree mo and an entry level teacher, I think 40,000, 43, 40 to 43,000. And I think if you don't have master's degree, nandun po, tama po yung sabi ni Ma'am Ann, nasa 35 po, nag-range 35 to
Mhm.
37.
And also it varies with what state are you, because
Mhm.
the cost of living is different as well.
Yeah.
So your salary is being adjusted or being um what you call that, nire-reflect yung cost of living nyo. And
Mhm.
then but then there are schools actually here in Arizona that they are not they don't include your master's degree in their salary, with your salary grade. However, they are checking your years of experience.
Yes,
Yes, in
that's also.
Kingman, in
Mhm.
Kingman district, they don't have, or they don't. I mean, the way I understand it, hindi. It doesn't mean that you have a master's degree right away. You have a big salary, but it depends with your teaching experience.
Right. So,
Okay,
yeah, in addition to that, and here in South Carolina, their basis of your salary will is one is your teaching experience, how long have you been teaching, and your what do you call that? Educational attainment. So, yung dalawa po. Kung mas malaki yung kung mas matagal na po kayo nagtuturo and at the same time you have your master's degree, so mas mataas po yung sahod mo.
correct. Yes, Sir Dex. Ano po kayong agency ang ng friend niyo po? Maybe he's referring to your friend earlier that you're talking about.
Yun po yung asa SPED po ba or yung kasama ko sa school ngayon? Yung taga New Mexico po, hindi po ako sigurado kung ano pong, what do you call that, visa sponsor niya. Pero, I'll be asking po for you, then I'll send the information to, Anne. And also, yun pong kasama ko dito ngayon sa Summit Parkway na nagtuturo na as a science teacher, Faces po yung ano niya, yung visa sponsor.
Yeah, okay. Well, with EPI, they are your agency, and at the same time, they are your visa sponsor. My
That's
case,
correct.
my agency is Beposhe, and then my visa sponsor is AAG.
Oh,
Remember,
okay.
that's why I messaged you one time. So
Alright. Yeah, yeah.
EPI, yeah, because I got confused with that.
Mhm.
Sir J, 24 units lang po nakuha ko sa masters. I'm not sure if what are you referring, sir, but then if you have 24 units in masters, if you are a graduate of, you have your bachelor's in education, and then you have your master's 24 units, if you were not able to finish it, then still counted po yun.
Opo, counted. Counted.
Mhm. Yes. According to Sir Archie, I believe this is in reference to the conversation earlier.
Oh, okay.
He said, dalawa na po, tapos na po ako sa dalawang interview nila.
Opo. 'Pag tapos na po sa dalawang interview and you have submitted your credentials evaluation, opo, waiting na po, on deck na po kayo for teacher principal's interview or
Wow, good
district
luck, Sir
interview.
Archie. You're ready
Opo.
to meet and greet Croms.
Mhm. So, good
Yeah.
luck po, sir.
Yes. All right, guys. So I hope you keep on liking this video and share this video as well. Share your friends, It's good to share blessings as well. All right,
Right.
so Jojo, is it possible to get hired if you're not currently teaching, instead handling an administrative position? You want to answer
Um, uh, I they are requiring at least that you are currently teaching in the Philippines.
this?
That's one of the requirements that they'll be asking you. So if it is possible po, I'm not so sure. Pero yun pong mga usually na-hire po is
You're currently
they were currently teaching in the Philippines when they
Sure.
get hired.
I believe the reason why is it they are requiring you, or you need to be teaching currently, because at the end of the school year we are doing annual report. What are these? What is the annual report? This includes that your one of your students here in the U.S. and your students in the Philippines, they have communication, like they are exchanging culture as well. So, for
Mhm.
example, what I'm doing with my cultural exchange report, I am asking one of my students here in the US to write a letter to one of my students in the Philippines. So they exchange conversation. I'm not sure with EPI if you have cultural exchange report as well.
Opo, meron din po. Like
Yeah.
twice a year. Mhm.
That twice a year. So
Yes,
my
twice a year.
agency we only have one. So if you're not currently teaching, so I'm not sure of how are you going to comply that. But there are rare cases, because I have a friend that she got hired. She was hired actually just this year. She's teaching in Colorado. She is not currently teaching. She's working at the call center, and however, she finished her master's degree. And I'm not sure what is her visa sponsor, but she's not currently teaching. That's the first time that I heard na hire,
Mm.
there's a teacher that got hired, currently not teaching. She's
Oh,
working at a
so,
call center. Yes,
just give it a try, sir. I mean, email EPI, they'll respond to your queries. Mabilis naman po sila.
that's right. Yeah, there's nothing wrong in asking questions.
Mhm.
If they can accommodate you, they will reply you for sure. Paul, he's a good friend of mine. Good evening from the Philippines. Yes,
Hey
hello,
po,
Paul.
good evening.
And Daryl, thank you, Sir Archie, for sharing your dashboard. Actually, it's not it's Scrums. It's Scrums who shared his dashboard. That's his personal information. So thank you so much, Sir Scrums.
You're
All
welcome.
right. We have another one question here. Let's see. From Sir Bert, how much po ang salary ng PhD degree holder with 22 years teaching experience, currently a university lecturer here in Thailand?
Sure.
22 years.
Oh,
That's,
ma'am.
I believe, above and beyond the level that they're offering here. I'm not sure.
Nakikita po ba yung screen ko, ma'am? But I wanna answer that kasi open naman po yung district namin dito kapagka, um, pagdating po sa mga usaping ganyan.
Salary
And then
grade.
yes po. Let me, check para mabigyan po kita ng magandang answer po sa tanong mo. District 2, where's that po?
Yeah, currently, Crumbs is checking his the I believe the website of the
Mhm.
district, so that you will see your salary grade. But then, like I said, Sir Bert, it varies. Hindi po
Opo.
it's not unlike in the Philippines that we all have the same salary grade in the Department of Education. Here in the US, different states they have different rules and regulations. They have different salary grade, and they have different requirements, and they have different bases as well, uh, on how are you going to get your teaching certificate. So let's do you
Opo.
have your screen
So,
now?
yeah, I have the, information now, Sir Bert, and eto po, para mas maliwanag po yung ano ko kanina, 22 years, teaching experience and you have your, PhD. So, let me take a look at this. So far, puwede ko ba sabihin yung exact amount?
That's
Yeah, it
fine.
is 7 to
Hopefully
8.
hindi ma-block yung Facebook ko, ah.
Ay, oo, sana naman. Pero it's ranging to, it's above 70,000. Not lower than 8, I mean, hindi natataas sa 80, but nasa bracket 70 to 80,000.
Okay, and remember that's before tax.
That's before tax, yeah.
Mhm.
That's your annual gross income. Yep.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much. And we have another question: how to apply for EPI if hired na po sa school?
Oh, I don't have an idea po if they do that, pero try to reach out. I mean, ito po ba yung parang meron na kayong school and then you're just looking
And
for
then
an
just looking for agency.
okay. May I know po if what school and what state po kung saan
Yeah,
po
because
pupunta yung pasok?
EPI only covers eastern
Mhm.
states. So not it doesn't mean that they are visa sponsored, they can cover all states. No, they have specific states as well that they covered. So if you wanted to join EPI, then you must be on the eastern part. If you are here western part, like here in Arizona, there are different there are different visa sponsors as well, Miss Sir Alec. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. Um, I'm so sorry for those teachers asking how much would it really cost you in order for you to get here.
Mhm.
Because like I said last time, I was blocked po with
Ayun.
binlock ako ng Facebook about answering that question. But with if you don't have an agency, normally it will cost you $6,000. Yeah, with no agency. That's if you are only applying in your own, if you are asking your friend to help you and stuff like that. Yeah. And of course that $6,000 that does not include your pocket money as well. Your pocket money at the same time when you arrive here in the US. Miss Susanna, I attended the virtual job fair interview and the EPI recorded my interview. The HR from Palm Beach Schools, Florida, interviewed me and telling me that the principals will watch na lang and wait for the result. May chance pa po ba?
May mga chances naman po. Usually I also attended a lot of virtual interviews. Yung tawag po nila doon parang yung parang ano po, if familiar ka, yung parang yung whole district ba, tapos magagawa sila ng virtual jobs fair, parang gano'n. Oo,
Mhm.
so tama po yun, meron pong mga chances, pero ang akin po kasi before, yung virtual jobs fair po, hindi po ako na-hire. So, hindi pa ako nagka-chance doon. Um, yung chance ko po naka-ano dito po, yun yung parang meron akong one-on-one interview with the principal. Then after how many, I mean like 8 hours or a few hours after our interview, kasi na-interview ako 1 a.m. in the Philippines, and pagising ko sa umaga at like they sent the message 3 p.m. here, and yeah, I already got the job offering. So, gano'n po kabilis. Pero sa iba naman po, especially sa mga ano, sa mga ang ginagawa po kasi sa mga virtual jobs interview, virtual job fair, yun po yung parang after po nun, ise-send po nila yung mga recordings po sa mga principals, and if they will like you, more likely parang they'll do another
Right
round of
away.
interview. Yeah, or kung gusto kanila, they'll inform EPI right away.
Yeah, that's correct. And also during your interview, that's the time that you're going to sell yourself for 15 to 20 minutes.
Mhm.
So, ano na po, ano niyo na po, sagadin. Ano ba yung tawag sa Tagalog?
Correct.
Yeah, just remember to make sure that you are selling yourself and then you are pointing what are your the best in you as a teacher, because not only one principal will listen to that, but then the entire
Right.
district
That's
and
correct.
the entire who knows the entire state. So good luck, Miss Susanna. And just patience is a virtue talaga.
Mhm.
To be honest, I got 3 interviews before I got hired here. And
Really?
then, yeah, 3 interviews. However, I was here already, and those two
Oo.
schools emailed me that they wanted to hire me, but then I already signed the what you call that the job offer here in Arizona. So that's why.
Wow.
Yeah. So from Miss Jennifer, any update about vaccines? What are the allowed vaccines here in the US? I'm not. You know what? There are. The only state that I know that they are requiring vaccines in California, but here in Arizona, they don't really matter.
Mhm.
If you are referring to the school district, Miss Jennifer, but I believe right now in the U.S., if you are entering U.S., I just heard from one of my friends in Michigan when her husband arrived, they need to have you. You need to have four. How many days? About at least 14 days that you finish your booster or your second vaccination. As far as I remember.
Mhm.
Uh, We have here from Nana. I'm currently teaching, but I have BSc Math. Will I get hired? BSc Math. Is it bachelor?
Uh, I think as long as you have a license,
Yeah,
yeah.
as long as you have your license as a teacher and you have two
Mhm.
years experience, and yes, you will get hired.
Mhm.
And then another question. Yes, hi Mena. Need po ba sa EPI and driver's license talaga? Yeah, I believe
Opo.
Sir Combs answer that.
Opo. Unfortunately po, yun po talaga yung that's the reason why I did not pursue my application for 5 years because I already had my driver's license before, it was just that they're requiring us at least 5 years of driving experience, actual driving experience. But um I heard a lot of teachers who had just gotten their license and they were able to got hired in the Philippines. I mean, here in the US. So it's just like, yes po, you need a driver's license. And pag meron na po kayo nun, then you upload it. Okay na
Yeah,
po yun.
so Miss Jimena, if you want to go with EPI, yes, they are requiring for driver's license. But if you want to go here, I mean, if you will be hired
Mhm.
here in Arizona and you will have different agency, they are not requiring you to have your. I mean, during my time, they're not requiring driver's license. I only got my driver's license here in the US. All right. So good luck, Miss Jimena.
Oh,
And,
and just to correct that, ganito pala. Nakalagay kasi dun parang hindi ka makaka-move forward if you don't have a driver's license.
you will be
But yeah, you vista. So even if you have a driver's license, they were asking you if you're a confident driver, because that will also be an advantage of you. That way they can place you at any schools here in the US without hesitation na kung paano kayang transportation nito, sino kayang tutulong or
that's
mga
right.
ganun. Opo.
Yeah. And also, if you don't have your car, it's very difficult that the school will be looking for your carpool. And still, carpool will cost you for like $300 the most for a month. So it's better that you already have your driver's license. So I would rather say that you need to have your driver's license so that when you came here, because it's difficult if you don't have your car, right? Because, for example, you want to do grocery, you need to ask a favor if, hey, can you do me a favor, and what if that person is not available so you cannot do your grocery and you cannot walk, right? But if there's a bus situation in your area, then you can. Sir Jojo, thanks to both of you. God bless and continue helping our Filipino teachers in achieving their dreams. Thank you so much, Sir Jojo. And yes, I just checked. We have 80 viewers right now, but I only
Wow.
have 4 likes. So teachers, like naman po ng video natin ngayon. And please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. And let's see. We have one question here from Angelica. If ever na want ko po mag-apply sa California, may agency po ba na nag-a-assist po doon? Yes, there are a lot of agencies na nag-a-assist po in California. My agency, one of them, it's Beposhe. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, Beposhe is also catering California. Um, from my friend Paul, how much per usually on tax deduction? It varies as well with your state, but I believe if you are a J1 teacher, first 2 years you don't have I mean, if you wanted to not to have a year salary or your tax deduction, then you can so for free on. But right now, for with everything, my tax I'm paying every payday $400. So that's $800 a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's my federal tax, state tax, Medicare, so SOCMED, and then I forgot the other one, but I have five taxes. So all in all, $800. $800. How about
So
you,
the
Carl?
same po. The same din Jen, Annie. So yeah, you also have to pay all of those for the taxes. First 2 years it's free, and they'll be giving it back to you, even if they are deducting it in your what do you call that, paycheck. But by the end of the year, when it's time for you to file your tax, they'll be giving it back, and yeah, you'll be getting a refund. That's for the first 2 years.
Yeah.
So third, fourth, and fifth year, yun na po yung time that medyo mabigat na because you have your federal and your supplement and your state tax.
Yeah, it's
So,
like your savings. So I would rather suggest for teachers. So because for 2 years, for example, you did not allow your district to get your tax deduction. So
oh,
you
okay.
will get used, you have this salary. So
Oh,
what if after you're on your third year, then here comes your tax deductions, and then there's like $400 deduction from your paycheck. So what will happen? You're used with your salary before. Right now, here comes $800. So I would rather that you would have your tax deductions in your first 2 years, because like I said, every year there you need to file your tax. So for example, every month they're getting $300 on your deduction, on your tax. So that's for 10 months. So just imagine $300 times 10. And then during your tax refund, it will be back to you. So that's just like a savings. It's your bank, right? So yes, Emily. Good evening, teachers. What can you say about the school districts in Missouri? Mahal po bang cost of living down? It depends still. If you are in the area, if you are at of course, the capital city of Missouri, cost of living is high. If you're not really in the center, then it varies. But then Missouri, it's so cold there. I have a friend in Michigan, and I think the school districts are okay as well. Do you know someone, Crumbs, from Missouri?
n- never been there.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just yeah, I have a friend, but then she's in Michigan, so somehow just near Missouri. So
Yes.
yeah, but then I believe there are a lot of teachers as well in Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Sir Give, good day po. Which is better po ba, charter school or public school? Ano po ba ang basic difference nila? Thank you for answering.
Um, kung salary-wise po, mas malaki po yung pasahod ni public school
Correct. That's
compared
right.
to charter school, but never been exposed to any charter school, so I can't do any comparisons. Um, pagdating po sa kung how, I mean, with the students, or how that's, I mean, syempre the same po yung standard, pero yung alam ko lang po talagang difference nila, eh, mas mataas po yung pasahod ni public compared po to charter school. I don't know if it's the same with
That's correct.
in
Public school,
Arizona.
because charter school is just like semi-private in the Philippines. So, but then when it comes to the students, behavior-wise, mas maganda po sa charter school.
Okay.
Yeah, because I believe some of the charter schools, the parents can afford to pay, and but then that's what just I understand. But behavior-wise, it's the charter that they have compared to public schools. Yeah, so Sheboy, good morning po. I recently got an offer from North Carolina, Winston-Salem, Forsyth County Schools. Paano po ang
Oh,
assistance
wow.
ng EPI in terms of housing and car acquisition? Thanks. Thanks po.
Oh, that's an awesome question. I have a friend there. She's 5th year now. She can definitely help you, Shaboy. Just hindi ko alam paano tayo mako-connect sa Facebook, but just find my name
She can
as
she
well.
can message me, and then I can
Okay.
yeah.
Message Annie, and yes, I can connect you to that person, and yeah, she'll help you kasi before sa Winston-Salem din po talaga siya nagtuturo,
Oh, that's
and
good.
it's her 5th year now. Yeah, so maybe she can help you with some things there like accommodation or car acquisition. But
Yeah.
yeah, meron po kasi kami tinatawag sa EPI na parang I forgot the term, yung parang tutulong sa iyo 'pag nasa certain district ka. So, say ako po nasa Colombia, then meron pong mga paparating na mga new teachers, so parang kami po tutulong. Yun po
Yes.
kapag nag-sign up po kami doon sa ano po ni EPI, and I know she's still, doing it kasi ano naman po, ginawa niya na yun before.
So
Opo.
yes, Sheboy, congratulations. And if you want na may susundo sa'yo sa airport, so message me, okay?
Mhm.
And you're going to message me for a fee. You're not going to pay anything.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Maybe you're going to pay some per, of course, the gas the gas is so expensive right now here. It's $4. Oh my God, I don't know. It's in your place. My
It's,
gas here, it's $4 already.
3.67.
Okay, good luck.
Yeah,
uh,
papuntang 4 na ani.
Correct. Yeah. So, Angel, Bachelor of Secondary Education po ako, pero I'm currently teaching in elementary school for 10 years in public school. Qualified pa rin po ba ako to teach elementary in USA? Yes, of course,
Yes.
because here in the US, it's all alignment. It matters what degree you finished. So they don't care with your, I mean, of course, they do care with your teaching experience, but they are going to follow what you just graduated, right? Oh, but
Mhm.
then, oh, secondary. So
Oh,
she
wait,
wanted
hold
to
on.
teach
Oh,
elementary.
secondary education.
So
Okay.
if you are a
Um,
secondary graduate, I would rather suggest that you're going to apply for secondary teaching as well. I'm not sure in South Carolina.
um, okay, okay, okay. Meron po akong ano, meron pong yeah, I have a friend at Long Middle School. It's her 5th year now. My co-teacher actually, nagtuturo po siya ng elementary sa Philippines. She's a math teacher and BSA graduate din po. But she's placed in a middle school here. So parang titingnan po nila yung credentials evaluation mo if you are qualified to teach middle school based on your experience din. Kasi parang hindi naman nagkakalayo din si 5 and 6. Pero may chances po, opo.
Yeah, well, because if you are a graduate of secondary education, your teaching certificate is from 6
Yes.
to 12. So middle school is 6, 7, and 8. So
Mhm.
you will be qualified for middle school. But then
Right.
for elementary, I'm not sure, but I actually knew someone. He is secondary as well. But then when he got hired here, his teaching here elementary, but that's because the district really liked him during the interview. So
Oh,
they made a way on how to get his teaching
right.
certificate. So, but then if you're going to base it on their rules here, then you need to go with your alignment. So you need to follow
Mhm.
your degree. Okay, so I hope we answer your question, Angel. From Sir Dex, Ma'am Annie, do you have any idea po ba pag sa tungkol ba po sa fees? Sir Dex, message me or you can actually check my YouTube channel. I believe the title is J1 Teacher FAQs. I mentioned there how much are the fees from Bepushe. Yes, and 10. Good day, teachers. What are the possible questions in U.S. Embassy? I heard some ago that interview denied. Yes. Well, the questions varied. It varies as well.
Mhm.
But then during your visa interview, you just need to be honest. That's all
Opo.
you need to do. And also, then if you have time, you can subscribe to my channel. I also posted a video on how are you going to pass your visa interview. There are possible questions as well. The title, I believe, is J1 Visa Approved. So I hope
Awesome.
that will help you. Uh, I have another question from Sir J. Placement fee from Bepushe. Yes, Sir J. If you have time, scan my channel. There's J1 Teacher FAQs. Yeah. Yeah, because we cannot talk about that here. Ano po ba ang pwede kong tuturuan? BS in English, MA in English, PhD in English, 20 years of teaching and experience, 7 years English lecture in, I believe, oh, Sir Bert. Yeah, like we mentioned, if you are a graduate in secondary, then let's follow the alignment. You're going to teach here in secondary or middle school,
Yeah, middle
6.
school or
Yeah,
secondary. Yep.
it will start from middle school 6 to 8, and then because high school is from 9 to 12. Um, Kindergarten teacher here sa DepEd po ako. May hiring po kaya na fit sa teaching experience ko? Do you have? teachers in kindergarten in South Carolina? Because we do have here in Arizona.
Wala po masyado pero meron pong iilan po. I don't know in other states, pero ang tingin ko po meron. Yes po.
Mm-hmm.
Pero kay
Yes.
Ma'am Ann siguro mas maganda yung, parang mas may clear answer siya dito pagdating sa kindergarten teacher.
Yeah, with the kindergarten teacher here in Arizona, yes, I have one of my batches in from Beposhe. Yes, he's teaching kindergarten here in Arizona.
Mhm.
What about from Hollanda? What about in Maryland, ma'am and sir? What can you say about the cost of living there?
Well, my best friend resides in, Maryland and the cost of living parang, it's the same depende po din kung what state will you be placed if it is, in Baltimore or maybe near the, DC, yun po medyo may kamahalan. So, pero kung sa ibang part naman po nung Maryland, I think it's, decent naman po, hindi po siya gano'n kamahal.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. And from Sir Jay, mas advanced po ba ang students sa US compared dito sa Pinas? And how about sa kanilang attitude po at subject? Behavior-wise, expect the worst. That's all I can say.
Right.
Yeah.
Pagdating naman po sa tinuturuan ko dito sa ELA, I think our 7th graders kasi iba din, eh, kasi nagtuturo tayo ng grammar, yun yung additional grammar, listening, and speaking
Mhm.
back in the Philippines. So, I think yun yung parang, um, nahahati yung mga yung parang focus ng mga bata natin dun sa ibang components ng ELA or ng English compared dito sa US that mostly, yung time natin ay nandun sa teaching reading, literature, and writing. So, pero depende po sir kung ano pong subject yung tinutukoy niyo po. Pero
Yeah,
yung yeah, I agree with Annie with the attitude, expect the worst.
yeah, on your first year, it's not really smooth sailing. Like I said, expect the worst. This is actually your time that were your first 3 months you wanted to go back in the Philippines. But then you realize, oh, marami pala akong utang sa Pilipinas. So all right, I'll handle this. All right.
Right. Mhm.
That's one of the of what actually that's one of the best behavior of the Filipino teachers. That's why they like us because whatever the circumstances, we will handle it. Okay, when it comes to their teaching, I mean their advanced or not advanced, there are kids that they are, there are kids that they're not.
Yeah.
Because for them here, they need to go to school because it's the liability of the parents. They're not going if they're not sending their kids to school, then they might be facing the state or the court and defend themselves. Why is it they did not let their kids go to school? Okay, and Miss Mary, what is the probability of passing his visa with job offer secured?
Hmm,
Mary Grace, you cannot go for U.S. visa interview if you don't have your job offer.
right.
Yeah, because if you have your job offer, then you will have your visa sponsored. That will give you your DS 2019 in order for you to have your visa interview. Okay, and Miss Sir Markey, hello teachers. I am a graduate of mass communication and earned 27 units in education, teaching 5 years in depth ed as a senior high school. Is it possible for me to be hired? Thank you very much.
Again, put Annie and Sir Marky, it'll always go down with the teaching license if you have
Yeah,
teaching license back in the Philippines. Yun po si EPI. As
yeah.
long as
As
you have
long
po
as you have
yeah.
your license, at least 2 years of experience. That's the most important requirement that they have. If you are not an education graduate, you just took what do you call that? Professional development, like the 18 units.
Mhm.
I would rather suggest that you finish your master's degree. If whatever subject that you're, for example, if you're English, and finish your master's degree in English. See. Let's have Mary Jane. Hello. For social studies teachers, mataas po ba ang chance to be employed? Sa states po kaya mataas any chance for social studies, bachelor's and master's scope po, both in social studies?
Hmm.
To be honest, what I mean, the way I understand here in the US, the very, very most important subject for them here, or not really important, but the most in demand teachers math, and science.
Mm-hmm.
Language arts, social studies, PE, parang anong tawag doon sa ingredients? Parang paaman. Anong paaman? Parang,
Oh, oh, basta yun.
yeah, parang ano lang, parang you're lucky if you will get high. Well, not really lucky, but then, yeah, in demand, SPED, math, and science. Social studies, there are teachers that they're teaching social studies
Mhm.
here, but not really in demand. Do you agree with that, Proms?
I agree with that, Annie, because never met a Filipino teaching social studies here in South Carolina and with I mean any other states na hawak po ni EPI.
Mm-hmm.
They're all Jamaicans. Yung mga
Mm-hmm.
kakilala kong social studies teachers.
Okay, all right. Okay, and another question from from Miss Marion. What teaching style best suits American students? It varies.
It varies, yeah.
Yeah, even with the class with the section of what you are handling, because I mean it's homogeneous, and what fits to this section may not fit to that section as well. Yeah, so it depends po if what the especially you need to prefer as well what is the teaching style that you are comfortable with and the
Mm-hmm.
students are comfortable with as well. So
Yes,
parang sa Pilipinas din, you need to adjust based on your students' demand, right?
that's correct.
Um, let's see. Another question from Mihara. Mahirap po ba ang process ng pagpapapunta ng dependents mo if nauna ka na sa US? Does your visa sponsor help you with it? I believe your J1, I mean your visa sponsor will help you. And if you came here first with your dependent, I mean, it may or it may not be difficult, but then you just need to make sure that they have their DS 2019. But for sure, your visa sponsor will help you.
Mm-hmm.
It's because whatever your visa sponsor, that should be the same visa sponsor with your J2.
I agree with that.
And I mean, I'm okay with this that you have your J2 come, you go here first and then you settle everything, you get your house, you get your car, and then if you're prepared and if you're settled already, then that's the time that you can have your J2, right? Okay, from Holanda, sir, what can you say about the EPI teacher's qualification interview? Any tips and how's the people handling the interview?
Okay po. So it'll be from EPI. Of course, a local American will be interviewing you for the teacher's qualification. So expect questions about classroom management, about how you teach your subject here in the Philippines, and what are those things that like situational questions on how you address behavioral misbehaving students and stuff like that. But with EPI, I believe they have a lot of YouTube videos that will give you, what do you call that, information about those things. So ang pinakauna pong tinanong sa akin before in what do you call that, sa teacher's qualification, yun pong about classroom management. And there was also this time that they asked me about this, to rank these three things here. It's about your content knowledge, your classroom management, and I forgot the other one. And you have to rank the three of them, first, second, and third. First being the first thing that you need to consider in teaching in the US, the second and the third, and you have to tell why. So those are the questions that we have, but it varies. Sometimes they ask you some philosophical questions as well. I heard some of my fellow EPI teachers here, they were asked those kind of questions. So it is just you know what to answer because you're doing it. You're a teacher, so it is just like you have to be very confident and show them that you're very much capable of teaching here
That's
in the
correct.
US.
So
Yeah,
most of the questions are actually situational because that's
right.
if you answer a situational question, that's the time they can really, oh, this teacher knows how to manage this. Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so something like that. Okay, so Marianne, would it be possible to attend to online classes in the Philippines while under J1 visa in US? Okay lang po ba yun? I think that's just fine. I knew a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Even myself, I'm doing that.
Right.
Yeah, that would be very possible. But then just be very careful because there are schools that if they are aware that you are in the US, I'm not sure, your tuition fee might be higher. I
Mm,
don't know with other schools. Yeah. From Sir Mats, I believe we let's have 2 more minutes. Yeah, so or maybe we can ask Crumbs again next time if he has time
sure
to
po.
be invited again.
And if yeah, if meron mang hindi nasagot, I'll be making sure that I'll try my best to email my visa sponsor. That way, if they have any questions that are not so, I mean, answered clearly here, I'll be asking them about that. Just a message and on about those questions, and I'll make sure that I'll be helping you guys
Yeah,
answer them.
just message me, and maybe if Crumbs and I have time, we can do this
Mhm.
again.
Yeah.
And so that we can help you as well. Yeah. Hi, ma'am, from Matt's master degree in education administration, but I am a science major. Credited po ba ito? Yes,
Opo.
as
Yeah.
long as you have your teaching license and 2 years of experience.
Right.
And yeah, two more questions. Bachelor in Elementary Education po natapos ko. Elementary Education, 45 units sa master's degree ko, major in Administration and Supervision, 18 units in Early Childhood Education, but my teaching experience is a kindergarten for 7 years. Saan po ba kaya ako pwede? Still
Mm, yeah.
elementary, and
Elementary.
yeah, but you can use your teaching experience for that. So you would rather be in your elementary education, but then there are schools that your master's degree, if it's not aligned to your bachelor's, then they're not going to count that. But there are
Yes.
districts as well that they would just cater that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So one last question from Adrian. How about teachers po na graduate ng BE-Ed and demand po ba sa US? I have 5 years of experience as kindergarten advisor. Yes,
Yes.
very, very possible. All right. So let's see. One more question. What are the possible questions to J1 visa interview? Sir, Tin, you can watch my channel. I posted there J1 visa approved. Okay. All right. This is very important, I believe, Groms.
Mhm.
Hello, good evening, po. Got an offer from EPI as an
Mm,
ELA teacher in South Carolina, just like you, Groms. How's the ELA curriculum in South Carolina? Do they provide?
okay. Opo, kasi I was in two schools here in South Carolina, one at Long Middle School that was in Chesterfield County School District, and I'm currently teaching in the other district now. It's the Richland County School District 2. So magkaiba po sila in terms of lesson plans, but of course the standards that we teach to our students are the same. I can share you more of that, ma'am. Or yeah, ma'am. I just don't know what county in South Carolina, but opo, I can give you some what do you call that insights about how we do our ELA lessons here and the curriculum and the lesson planning. Opo.
Yes, that's right. So, yes, you can. Oh, I mean, like I said, we're going to host another live if we have enough time. It's just that I just said to Sir Crom, so we will have 1 hour only. And I know there's a lot of teachers. And just post your question, and then I will try to scan those questions. And if I have time, I will try to reply and just message me, or you can message you can write or type your questions on our YouTube on my YouTube channel, so I can answer you as well. And also Chroms can see that if you are going to reply, or you have questions on the YouTube channel, so we can reply. Write your questions on the channel, so that, because there are times that they are blocking me as well on my messenger, because there's a lot of people asking questions. So, but then teachers, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for spending 1 hour with us. And I'm going to update you in our Facebook group if we are going to have crumbs again. Thank you so much, guys. And please don't forget to subscribe my channel and like this video. And thank you, crumbs. I'm waiting for them. I will be waiting for the message of Chefboy so I can send it to you as well.
All right. Thank you,
All
Anne.
right.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Croms. Thank you so much, teachers. And we'll see you very, very soon. Okay. Thank you for coming in. Have a good night, everyone. Have
Bye
a good day,
bye.
Croms. Bye.
Have a good day, Anne.